Many of you have heard of the Gettysburg Address. This speech was spoken by Abraham Lincoln at Gettysburg National Cemetery on November 19, 1863, in front of 15,000 to 20,000 people. Abraham Lincoln was born into a simple family and was the president that was able to free the slaves. I have personally read many biographies about Abraham Lincoln. Throughout the next few minutes, I would like to discuss and express Abraham's life during childhood, his long road to presidency, and how he was able to free the slaves. During his childhood, Abraham Lincoln struggled a lot with the simplistic views his family had. On February 12, 1809, Abraham Lincoln was born in a one-room log cabin. His mother died at a very early age, and his father remarried a few years after her death. It wasn't until 1830 when his father and stepmother decided to move to Illinois, and he was able to pursue an interest in politics. He was a Whig Party supporter at first, and they opposed slavery. He taught himself law and was able to pass his bar examination in 1836. Abraham Lincoln's road to presidency was long and tiring for him. In 1846, it started when he had a seat on the House of Representatives, but he was not favored by many, so he returned home to Springfield, Illinois. Throughout the next few years, he provided many speeches to gain favoritism back from the people. Many of those speeches did not succeed, and this led the Whig Party to disassemble, and they turned into the Republican Party. It wasn't until 1860 when the Republican Party nominated Abraham Lincoln to be their election candidate for the election year, and that is how he won the Electoral College to be the next president of the United States. Lincoln was successful in freeing the slaves. After the Battle of Antietam, Lincoln told states in rebellion after January 1st of 1863, then forward and forever free, for slaves living within those states. When it took effect, the Emancipation Proclamation took effect in 1863. It freed 3 million slaves of the 4 million in the United States. When I asked the class in the analysis, I asked if Abraham Lincoln made a good decision on pursuing the Emancipation Proclamation and if it benefited the slaves during that time period. Almost all of the class strongly agreed. Some were undecided and some somewhat agreed. This was the turning point that made the war not a battle for the nation, but a battle for human freedom. In conclusion, Abraham Lincoln was born into a simple family and was the president that was able to free the slaves. In my speech, I covered Abraham's life during childhood, his long road to presidency, and how he was able to free the slaves with the Emancipation Proclamation. Today, the United States remains one country, and Lincoln was able to start the process of the 13th Amendment, which would guarantee slaves' freedom, but that wasn't completed until after his death in 1865. His actions made during the White House has made him be viewed as one of the greatest presidents of the United States. This is a quote that Abraham Lincoln said during his Gettysburg Address, that this nation under God shall have a birth of new freedom, and that government of the people, by the people, for the people, shall not perish from this earth.